Guys, we got Trey here. He's recently completed the 30-day coaching program, mate. So I want you to sum it all up in one short sentence if you had to. What would you say?
If I had to say, probably value for money.
But now that you're out the arse end of that course, tell everyone about the structure. Like, did that surprise you? Did it exceed your expectations? What did you think of it?
Oh, absolutely blew the socks off as you go into the course, thinking it's going to be roughly sort of the same. It just gets super simplified to the point where you can wrap your head around it, take what you've learnt for the day, and then go home and study on it and come back to the next lesson just as focused and, at a better point than what you were when you first started the day before.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? Like putting those building blocks on top of each other so that like we give you that short stuff that's simple but it works, and then you can retain it and implement it straight away. Whereas, I mean, most courses these days, let's be honest, it's like 70 hours of pre-recorded Zoom calls or modules, and it's go
Yeah.
watch this and good luck, you know. But in
Yeah.
reality, like that's not going to work. So, what made you like choose us over the thousands of other gurus that are out there?
To be honest, you're Aussie. That was the first. The
Yeah.
first thing was like you're an Aussie, and after talking to you for a bit, you're a plumber. I'm also a plumber, so being able to actually get on a call with you within a week of messaging you about the course and actually see that you're a real person, not just a bot on a screen, that
Yeah.
was so super reassuring.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of scams out there you got to be careful of, guys. Let me ask you for the listeners, that content that you went through and that structure of the program, were there any moments where like, you were overwhelmed, or was it so simple that you just had clarity and it was crystal clear the entire time?
Yeah, I never felt overwhelmed once. It was broke down in a structure that was easy to understand and frankly just like laid out so well that you could focus on one thing at a time, practice it, come back, and then move on to the next thing confidently. So 10 out of 10.
Awesome. And speaking of, 10 out of 10, I love a scale on, a scale of 1 to 10. If 1 is a monkey could figure it out and 10 is you got to be like, the ATAR of 90 plus and a bit of a rocket scientist. Where would you say how difficult it is to actually learn?
Oh, like absolute max bar is 3. Like absolute max.
Yeah.
It's super easy to understand and it's laid out in a way that it makes it hard, for you to get it wrong.
And like, what about the specific strategies and techniques themselves? Like, did it click for you straight away, or was it
Oh,
something that you needed to, spend 6 months trying to figure out?
if you have it laid out in front of you and the steps to, achieve what you want to, then you have the groundwork to take the steps every day. So, step by step, you know what you need to do now, and you're already thinking about the next couple of steps ahead. So, structure was set out easily that you could, you know, take the first step, work on it, and then once you're wrapped around it, straight onto the next one with pretty well much no pause in between. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that obviously speeds up the process, right? Which is
Oh,
why we get the best results in the shortest amount of time possible.
absolutely.
Um, but now that you've finished, when you sit down on your chart now, it's hard to give a comparison before because you came in as a blank book. But how long does it actually take you to pull up a chart and complete your analysis so you know whether you should be looking for buys or sells?
Oh, matter of minutes now. Matter of minutes. Just hopping on, setting up what I need to set up. Within a couple of minutes, I can look at a chart and know where I want to take a trade, if it's even the right environment for me to take a trade. If not, go back to bed, come back
That's
to
it.
the
That's
day.
right. And was there like a particular part of the program or the course that was like an absolute game changer for you? And if so, why?
Yeah, so the biggest game changer would have had to been the one-on-one mentoring. So, doing the steps, given your homework, do your homework, you come back, and then you have feedback. That's just like
Instant feedback loop, right?
instant feedback. You come back and you and the boys just know exactly what you're doing, where you could be going better, and they encourage you on what you are doing right. So it's a win-win.
You've got from where you want to be, or I should say, where you started to where you want to be. Would you agree that we bridged that gap for you?
Oh, absolutely. And just because I've finished the course doesn't mean value for money stops there. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised Like people would be surprised the value you continue to get even after finishing the course. So
That's right. It's not like do the coaching and see you later, right? It's like do the coaching, get educated, and then we'll continue to help you along your journey. So let's just end on that note because I don't charge a subscription for the information that you're provided. And I know there's people that provide, 1/10 of the information and charge 10 times the price. You know what you get access to.
yeah.
But the people that don't, and even though you don't pay a single dollar, $0 for that information, what would you say it's worth if you were to put a monthly subscription fee on it?
Comparing off other things I looked at before coming to the course, people selling signals and all that sort of stuff, charging anywhere upwards of, $250 a month. If compared with everything, compared to what, you give us, I'd have to say it'd be worth at least $700 a month, like, if not more. But I've only know one company that, other company that I saw sold signals and all that sort of stuff, and that was just signals.
Hmm.
These people don't know what else they get. Like
A lot of value inside, right? There's a lot of value in there. Very
Crazy.
hard for you to fail if you put in the work.
Yeah.